Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. My name is HUMNA and I share content connected to art, healing and spirituality. This week has been incredibly amazing as I went deeper into Ya Wasi and Ya Alim, the two most amazing names of Allah. And Ya Wasi is being able to see the face of Allah in everything, right? And Ya Alim is the one who knows everything beyond my mind, beyond my heart, beyond everything that I see and know. He knows. He knows that what I don't. And that's such a powerful little kind of reminder for us to surrender. For me, the three words that always stick to me is submission, surrender, and that is when you are in sajda. You cannot be fully in sajda without surrender and without submission, right? You have to submit to the one that you are doing the sajda to. But you can't just go ding ding, head down, head up, and just be okay with that. And so today that I wanted to speak, like the insights that I've received about Ya Wasi is that we choose to see his face in everything. That's what the name suggests, that when you see anything and everything in creation, it is all telling you something about Allah. So when you look at the leaves, the falling of the leaves, the autumn, when a leaf sort of drifts away in the wind, a feather falling down, a bird flying, everything in the universe, a baby crying, your stomach ache, everything in the universe that one sees and knows of is a face of Allah. It's coming from Him, right? But what that really means is sometimes we think like every face is Allah's face, right? So you're meant to accept every face. So if you're going through a turmoil or a difficult situation, or you're in a relationship or a job where you are feeling unworthy, you're feeling not in place, you're feeling anxious going to work or be in that relationship, and you wake up every day like a burden, right? And you think that, oh, Ya Wasi, so I have to see the face of Allah in this moment where I am finding myself in anxiety. Now, that is not the face of Allah that you want to be sitting with. Now, hear me out. This might sound like strange, but what I realized was that those things that hurt us are not something that remind us of Allah. They actually remind us of our own weakness and barriers that we have between us and Him. The reason a person is making you feel unworthy or a job is making you feel unfulfilled is a sign that Allah is saying, in this place, you are not seeing Ya Wasi. In this place, what you are seeing is your internal reflection of how you have chosen to treat yourself. You are feeling unworthy, and so this person outside is making you unworthy. Now, that is not a remembrance of Allah. That is a remembrance of shaitan. I am unworthy, so I'm going to sit in a place where I am made to feel unworthy, and the cycle continues, right? And we have to remember that places that make us feel unworthy, where you will feel unloved, unseen, unvalued, where you are not, appreciated for who you are, those are places which are reminders of how you need to shift something within you to be able to experience Ya Wasi. So that in itself, that is a face of Allah that is actually telling you to turn towards the face of Allah, that actually will give you the feeling, the remembrance of Him, will give you peace. You see, the more peaceful you are in your own self, the more closer you are to your Allah. The more closer you are to your Allah, the more purposefully you will live this life. And the more purposefully you will live this life is the more you will be working towards your akhirat. If you are constantly going to be in lack, in need, in desperation, in anger, frustration, jealousy, sadness, grief, regret, resentment, if you're going to be revolving around all of this, low level, sort of lower vibrations. I don't call them low level, but sorry, I meant low vibrational frequencies, which you are here to experience, yes, but you're not meant to stay there for too long. So be in those spaces as long as you need to, of course, for your healing, for your recognition of that particular emotion. Never ever run from it, face it head on. But it is also important to recognize that that is the place where you are not seeing Ya Wasi, right? You are not experiencing Allah, because when you experience Allah, you feel closer to Him. So not everything is going to be the face of Allah in the way that it brings you closer to Him. There are going to be faces of Allah which will remind you to make a change in your own self. So just don't think like, oh, this person is beating me up, or this person is treating me like nothing, and this is the face of Allah, so I'm going to see Allah in this. No, Allah is saying in that situation, wake up and turn towards that, what is actually Ya Wasi for your being, for you. That person is not activating Ya Wasi. It is actually activating that pain in you that wants to see Ya Wasi, that wants to see Allah. So don't try to think that a thorn is going to be a rose. See the thorn for that what it is. In that is the face of Allah, which is teaching you to wake up to the things that give you pain. So not Al-Wasi is going to always make you think, oh, beauty is there. What Allah is saying to you, yes, I am in everything, but recognize that through what do you want me? What do you want to feel me as? How do you want to see me as? You want me to be a pricking or a pain or a punisher or somebody like that? Or do you want me to be, you want to see Wasi with peace, with love, with joy, compassion? What face do you want to cultivate to be closer to me? Like, what are you wanting to see me as is how I will be. So if you're going to constantly look for people who make you unworthy, or jobs that make you feel unfulfilled, and say, oh, I have to find God in this. This is from God. This is how God wants me to be. Then I really want you to really connect with Ya Wasi and start recognizing when He says He is in every face, and try to find that the God that you truly want to experience and live and love and absorb and be in devotion to, would that God out of love of Rahman and Rahim want you to see His face in something that is hurting you, that is making you feel unworthy? Because yes, even shaitan was created by Allah, right? But the shaitan does not bring us closer to Allah, it takes us further away from Allah. Yes, it in shaitan also, because he is also the creation of Allah, but does he bring you closer to Allah? No. And in the same way, yes, there is some kind of face of Allah in shaitan also, right? But then, is that the face you want your Allah to be in? Do you want to be feeling unworthy because He doesn't want you to feel unworthy? So recognize that just because you think you're meant to be finding the good in everything, is it the truth? Rather than running towards what makes you see good in people, why don't we start seeing the truth in people? Because the truth is what's going to, this person is hurting me, this job is unfulfilling for me, this is not good for me. When you recognize that, that is Ya Wasi telling you, come towards the face that brings you closer to me. Turn your face away from all those who aren't good for you, who are making you feel like I don't want you to feel. Allah wants you to feel valuable, loved, cherished, to be in devotion, like to be in full worship. You have to truly, truly, truly love Allah in every single cell of your being, right? Through every shade, through every shape, through every day, through every breath, through every heartbeat. The remembrance of Allah has to be a constant, not like when I feel like it, when I have a cup of tea, when things are good, then I will thank God and remember Allah. No. The face of Allah needs to be the face face of joy, the face of love, the face of compassion. So stay around people, do the things that make you remember Allah in that way, through joy, through companionship, through love, through, you know, kindness. Now if somebody is not kind to you and you're going to say, no, this is the face of Allah, then that's the face of Allah you are choosing, right? And Allah is going to be, He's Yavasi, so through that face He is going to make you feel like, again and again He's going to remind you, this is not what I want for you. I want you to look at this thing and see if this is bringing you closer to me or further away from me. Is it getting you stuck in dunya? Are you attached to dunya? Are you a slave to dunya by this thing that you are doing? Because the way, you know, the face of Allah is also the emotions within you that you are feeling. Do you think the one who calls himself Rahman and Rahim wants you to feel unworthy, wants you to be unheard, wants you to be unseen, wants you to be living a life of crying every day and being insulted and, you know, constantly feeling unworthy? Because when you go back to Allah, the condition of your heart, the condition of your soul is what is going to matter the most. And if you're going to wake up drowning in pain every single day, then ask yourself, what are you going to get up to when you meet Him? What are you going to be taking back to Him? Like, you know, He's the most, he's your wali, He's your bestest friend, He's wakil, He's your malik, He's your Rab, He's the one who loves you the most, Ya Fudud. He is everything that you have been wanting to see and be with. You're going to go to Him with a heart filled of pain, of regret. Oh, I was in your dunya, I served all your people, I earned all this money, I have a huge bank balance. You think all of this thing would really matter to Allah? You know, your breaking of the heart, you're self-sabotaging, you're living your life as a slave to your society, to your families, to your jobs. You know, how are you going to take a heart filled with the love and light of Allah if you're constantly going to be a slave to this dunya? Because dunya is like a magnet to darkness, right? It's going to fill your heart with darkness and darkness and darkness, and you're allowing that. So how are you going to be ready for the one who is waiting for you? What are you going to take home to Him, right? It's like, it's so important for us to sit with ourselves and ask, how am I going to please Him? What is it that I'm going to do in today's moments that He has blessed me? How am I going to use it best to my capacity to be with Him, to get closer to Him, to get to know Him? How can I do that? And one of the things, of course, I do is through art. And this is what I teach through my Friday sessions, which, by the way, is completely free for people to join. If you go onto my social media, you can see all the links down below. And if you write art as ibadat, I'll send you the link. It's women's only. But if you want to have access to these sessions, you can have them as on Patreon, and become a member and support my efforts. These sessions not only make you aware of Allah, they hold you, they heal you, they guide you, they bring you closer to your own soul and help you have this deep realization and a skill basically to connect to Allah, to connect through your soul to your Allah. And this is done through creativity, but you don't need to be an artist to do that. It's just the creation is just the tool to get to the creator. So for me, it's always been art that helps me come home to my own soul, to recognize my internal world, to sit with my own being. And it really, really helps me. And what I really believe is that the more of us connect to our soul, the more of us are going to be in devotion of Him, of Allah. the more we are closer to him, the more we will rise the vibration. People say alignment, they say, awakening. All of these things are just absolutely beautiful words, and I totally resonate with them. But for me personally, being a Muslim, I think we are so lucky. We're so lucky to have Allah and one Allah, so that we can focus all our energy on him and like literally have no other distraction, no other attachment. He says, La ilaha illallah, like there is no God but him that is worthy of worship. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. It's so incredible. He says, look towards me, like La ilaha, there is nobody else. So don't look for anybody else. Look for me. Know that I am there. I am listening. I am hearing. I am seeing. And that automatically takes away everything else, right? And then he says, follow my prophet, follow the example I have sent you. Try to be like him in the way you speak, in the way you act, in the way that you are. Now, if you are going to be in a space where somebody's going to keep making you feel unworthy, how are you behaving? Are you behaving like the Prophet? How would the Prophet behave if he was made to feel unworthy? You see, for him, his soul, his body was Allah's. He would not stand for anybody that would insult his Allah's creation, right? So for you to say, oh, I'm worthy of this treatment, oh, I deserve this treatment, oh, because of my sins, I need to sort of, get through this, blah, 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 whatever your justification is, I want you to really understand that the body that your soul is residing in is actually his. Your body is going to ditch you on the day of judgment, and it's going to speak the truth. It's not your slave. It's only your companion in this dunya, but it is actually Allah's love. It's going to speak to Allah. It's really, really loyal to Allah. It is not loyal to you. And so it's very important to recognize that if you are not good to your body, it's going to speak. And it's going to tell Allah how you chose to treat it, how you chose to numb it, how you chose for it to be a slave and addictions of this dunya and be distracted by distracted by this dunya and not value your body. It's like, and then your soul is not yours, it's his soul. And it's mind-boggling when you really think about it, that he's going to ask you, how did you treat the soul that he gifted you? It's kind of like the library book, right? Are you going to take care of this book, or are you going to rip the pages apart? And if you do rip the pages apart, you're going to take it back to God and you're going to say, oh, this is what I got for you. Like, I think there could be nothing more embarrassing than the moment to reach Allah and not have your soul and your body be in submission to him. Like, the only thing you would want is to be in submission, surrender, and sajda when you meet him. And if you're carrying all this baggage in your heart, then you wouldn't be able to do that. To be carrying the darkness, the heaviness of this dunya with you. So it's a really, really, it's kind of like a reminder I wanted to share, to connect to truth, connect to seeing things for as they are rather than what you want them to see, but see them from that what Allah wants you to see. Stop looking at people and finding the good in them. Start seeing the truth in them. What are they showing you? Do they value you? If not, then they are reflecting something inside you that you don't value in you. So move away from places, disengage from people and places which make you feel a certain way for a time being. Once you feel settled in your own energy, once you've healed that part of you, you can always return back to those relationships if you want to. But that's totally, it's a separate thing. But in this moment, I invite you to think about how you've been seeing people and how Allah wants you to see them. He wants you to see a thorn for that what it is. It can prick you. And see the rose for that what it is. It leaves an essence that will always remind you of Him. So surround yourselves by people who leave the essence of God in you and around you. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and peace, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. I hope this message reaches you and it grounds you. If it did, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you, inshallah, in the next video.